Welcome to Know Your Money, where we will explore our relationship with money and how the psychology of it impacts our financial decisions, as everyone thinks about money differently. In our podcast, we'll be presenting a variety of financial topics in an easy-to-understand way, which we hope will assist you with managing your money. Hello guys, welcome to Know Your Money. Craig, Warren, how are you guys today?
Morning, Warren. Morning, Bron. How are we doing?
Well, and you guys?
Awesome. Very good. So today's episode is what happens is if you look in an envelope and there's no money in that envelope, how do you handle that? So in one of our previous episodes, we said how important it is to give every rand a plan. And that still is absolutely important. But I think the biggest thing to understand is that every single one of us is going to have a different combination lock and a different amount of things that we need. So this plan is for the rest of your life. When you're starting out, it is going to be a little bit difficult to get this right because you don't know what these unexpected plans are. Like, for example, when I said in that episode, I think that a subscription came up and I was like, oh goodness. And then I had to create that subscription fund because in the beginning it was empty. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, I think does that make sense?
100%, yeah.
Awesome.
So could this be something maybe unexpectedly you need to put tires on your car because you drove over something like a pothole and it burst?
Absolutely.
Very specific, Craig, yeah.
Yeah. I know where you got that idea from. So no, exactly that. I had a client and she said, what do I do now? I have all these buckets and she's loving having the different buckets and filling them up and it's making her feel less anxious. But now there was something that came up and there was no funds for that. So I think the solution to that is to have an unexpected envelope or an unexpected bucket. And if you can fill a little bit of funds in there, when something unexpected comes up, you take from that bucket. And once you've learned what that is, so now it is car repairs, you can add that to your list of different buckets that you need and start filling there. So one of the biggest things with that is don't put everything in there. So give yourself a limit. Say that unexpected bucket must have X amount, 5,000, 10,000, whatever you think it should be, but still fill the other buckets at the same time. So at the end of the month or whenever at the beginning of the month, when you see how much funds you have to put into the different buckets, put a portion into that one and then still fill the other one. So don't just fill that one. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so I suppose if we were doing this for the last 10 years, all these buckets would have a sufficient enough money in each side, and especially the unexpected bucket and the car repairs or whatever those buckets might be. But when you're starting out, you might have the first month of a disaster happening, and then what happens then?
It could derail your whole plan, and we don't want that for you.
No, exactly. So we say still put the money in each bucket, but maybe that unexpected bucket get that filled quicker than the others.
Absolutely, yeah. So that you have a starting point. So if you find the whole bucket system a little bit difficult, put 90% of what it is and then just 10% into the other smaller ones. But don't make it all 100%, into that, because otherwise unexpected things will keep coming up.
And it's a discipline of doing those, compartmentalizing the buckets. That's very, very important.
Very hard discipline. Hey, Craig.
Yeah. Very hard.
I think it's interesting. It's also, because you'll probably have some younger listeners who are new to financial planning. When I was 18, you don't think about having to put new tires on your car. Your dad bought you the car. It's awesome. It's done. It's ready to go.
Correct.
And
exactly.
then suddenly, oh shit, yeah, okay, now I have to, yeah.
But that is the plan. That is the idea about giving every rand a plan. Try and sit and think about those things, or think about your future self. Like, you want a house, you want a car, you do have a car. How do you maintain your car? And just open up all those things so that it can be easier.
And the way that by doing that, by creating these envelopes or buckets, it gets you in the mindset to think forward, but also to actually realize what's happening in your own life financially.
Absolutely.
When things happen, you go, oh, okay, so yeah, I should probably have a fund for the car now, because the car's not just going to be good every year. And it's not just the servicing I have to pay for. It's not just the tax disc. There's lots of things.
Yes, absolutely. And those are the things. Every single thing you have, there is sort of maintenance with it. So as soon as you get something, open that bucket. It's like when you get a car, you take out insurance generally.
Yeah,
So that should be the same thing. It should just be that light switch. Okay, I've started this new thing. What am I expecting over the next term? Okay, 50 Rand, 100 Rand, whatever it is, into those different buckets.
But what a relief when you say have to buy car tires and the panic is, where I get the money? Oh no, there it is in that envelope for car tires, and you don't have to affect any of your other
savings plans.
Which is brilliant.
Absolutely. Cool. So take homes from that is just basically start with your starting point and work from there. Thanks,
Great.
guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Warren. Thanks, Brian. Have a great day.
You too.
Thank you for listening. If you have enjoyed this podcast, would like to subscribe, please visit our website www.growthfp.co.za. The information we have provided in this podcast is our personal opinion. For more detailed information, please discuss your financial situation with a financial planner.